I don't know how long we're going to be and how often we're going to be on here. However, let's just go ahead and show them proof because, like I said, I don't get paid for none of this, so I really don't care. However, facts are facts, and that's just that on that. This is no different than, like, today I had to realize, it's like, God damn, it's been over a year, almost a year when all this shit happened, right? So, for some of y'all dealing with a whole bunch of interference, okay? And in this interference, right, I'm going to show y'all exactly why some people in a particular situation is just like, oh, well, how are we going to stop this from going on, right? So on my TikTok, there's actually, after this video, there was a video that can clearly show you when this light comes on. Hold on. I tell people with equipment, don't ever entertain me with a good ass time. Some motherfuckers is worse than roaches. Like, this is like the day I was at that airport in Puerto Rico. I was trying to leave in February when they was trying to block me from leaving, when they realized, like, oh, hold on, this motherfucker is not stupid. They ain't dingy. No, I'm sorry. Y'all motherfuckers don't even really have a full 8th grade. Like, everybody in over there in that fucking island, you know, education is not a thing over there. Everybody wants to be noticed. Everybody want to be cute and shit like that. But however, they knew for a fact, I had proof to go ahead and prove that they was trying to keep me and my kids from leaving over there in Puerto Rico. And I was like, why would you want to do some stupid stuff like that? So when everything came through, Zule Morales find you some business to do before your secrets and stuff like that come to the light, right along with you and the rest of the crew. Because it was like mental conflict. Most of these people, like, when they trying to get out of shit, it's like when you tell a person, I'm at this point, I ain't fit to say shit. I'm going to tell you what it is, what you do with it, and what you don't do with it. That's your personal prerogative. It's the same thing that when people are getting ready to do messy stuff, and men or women, it's like they have to figure out how I'm going to get out of this lie and how I'm going to get out of this situation. Okay, well, you're going to get all this stuff riled up. You're going to gather all these type of people to go against one person. Make this make sense. It's about 230 at one person. Based off a lie because you want to take something and you want to cover up what you did in fucking July. Twice. First one was in June. Drug and gang RAPE someone. And then you do it again on the 16th. Oh, see, I'm all man. No, you all bitch. Then all the people that want to, well, make sure that she feel like she's in danger. And then make her feel like, is this a mental game? I'm sorry. The last time I recall that I had to play this fucking game and I had to mental check myself was when I went into the fucking military. That's the last time I fucking recall this shit. Right? Then I was like, you know how far people will go when it's time for you to go to bigger places than them, make more money than them, or most likely you have something way worse than they will ever touch in a day in their life. These motherfuckers will go all out. And this is what I feel like, this is what God wanted me to see. Like, people will go all out to take everything from you just because you're doing better. I don't want you to have a firm foundation. Well, you know what? Don't worry about it. God got me way better than what it is. And whatever you feel like you deceiving and hiding and me putting it to the light where people could pay more attention to the bullshit that you doing. Because you get motherfuckers out here talking about, I got intuition, I'm intuitive. No, bitch, you came over here on my readings and you went to your friend to go tell her this shit. Be real about that. Y'all be out here fucking lying just for nothing. Lying is a weakness. Talking about being loved. She gullible. She got to be nice and kind to us. You absolutely right, Goofy. And I'm going to keep, God said, kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. That's what God said. Turn up the cheek, baby. Because you reap what you sow. You get what you give. Y'all ain't giving shit but backdoor and backhanded compliments, trying to sit there and try to intimidate people, trying to take away their smile and don't want them to see what's true. You're being, man, Eileen, if you ever do that shit again, I promise you that motherfucker in that prison, he gonna attack that ass and you gonna be sitting there like, nah, you thought you was gonna play that shit. Cause I feel like somebody working a prison too. And if they work with people like, oh, you know, I had with their psychological and stuff like that. No, bitch, you doing voodoo and hoodoo on the motherfuckers to see to get a clinical research for your dissertation to finish this motherfucking education for your PhD. And the fact that you using your jailmates as a psychologist and you using them jailmates to do this experiment shit, and then you trying to do it at your other job too, baby. Well, how much money you can bring me? Well, you know, we've been friends since the 80s. That's why you feel like you can get away with this shit? That's crazy. And then it's like, well, we gonna send my kid in because, you know, they gonna tell me, you know, do what I need them to do. They ain't gonna be disobedient to me. What the fuck? That motherfuckers deserve to just... Listen. Let's get the tea. Arabic, okay? I can only compare it to the people around me. A Senate who has ties with somebody in the music industry, okay? Also, a federal warrant has been signed on a Senate person, a singer, a doctor, and a teacher? What you call the people at the school, school counselor? A teacher and a school counselor bullying the child. Y'all going to hell, but a warrant is already being out for y'all. Somebody be prepared for the bounce back. Also, because these people was trying to do something to your health, an occupational therapist knew about this as well. So this male could work for like rehabilitation clinic, therapist, tax shelter, an accountant, fade or waves. This person wear do-rags, always got a brush next to them. Ooh, little did they know they getting watched too. Especially if any of these people that you've been naming or had around you or, you know, came in contact to, every single last one of them. Every time that they put stuff in your weed, every time they put mold, every time that they had urine on your weed and all this other stuff. Because for somebody, they was like, they ain't recognize this shit. Ain't nothing happened to them. They lungs and chest should feel like this. And they should, nah, I got onto it. But they sit here trying to say somebody is dark energy, but you're light energy. Someone from countries, someone could be Arabic, okay? So countries of an Arabic country or descent or something like that. Sounds like the truth. It's a bold-faced lie. Manipulation, deception has occurred. So somebody, if you in an Arabic country or something like that, and you're doing business or negotiations with someone, I feel like this is a man that may wear something. If you feel like it's not going to go anywhere, it's a no. Okay? If you work for this, leave this person alone, or whoever is trying to get this loan or get along or do this tie, don't do it intuitively. I feel like you may be intuitively picking up like, oh, I should not be doing something, okay? Torture still alive, okay? So this is like somebody want to torture somebody. Torture them still alive, traffic, weapons, drugs, children, child, and women, right? Because when it came to Patrick, Monique Luther, or my daddy, Alan King, shut up, you stupid bitch. Go be with a man like you should be. Meatball. Fucking faggot ass man. You get on my nerve. The fact that y'all tried me like this, y'all should have fucking played nice. You should have played nice. Now I really don't care. And then you try to get my kids in here and you did this. The payback is fun now. I do it for the people. I don't get paid for this. You remember y'all want to pay everybody to shut this shit down? Let's go ahead and get it since y'all want to steal the information. You want to pick and choose, but somebody's basically, you want to be recused, or I'm going to denounce myself. I'm going to resign. No, don't do all that. That's make yourself even more suspicious. Why are you resigning right now? Why you want to get out of this shit? I don't want no parts of it. No, you was the main corporate to go ahead and sign off on the motherfuckers to get away with the bullshit. Now, don't go with the fucking running. Want to go to Thailand so you can get away from this shit? Weed only. ADHD. Misdiagnosing. Somebody is a fucking psychologist misdiagnosing. But you did it on purpose, though. Because you knew somebody's biological mom is not the biological mom. Y'all knew this shit. Your mom is adopted or orphaned. And the fact that she was, this gave people more capability to do the bullshit that they wanted to be doing. And I was like, of all the siblings, the light skinned, because the only thing that I could think of, if I had to reroute the story all over again and really think about the situation, I would literally have to say, okay, in the situation, in this case, right? Denise was in the military. I think she was like a lieutenant or a captain or something like that. But I know she was an officer, okay? Now, Jones, I don't know his first name, but I know the last name is Jones because they used to, when I lived in Lawton, our grandma stayed in the pink house in the corner. The Jones stayed right behind where we had Douglas Elementary in Lawton, Oklahoma, Fort Sill, Oklahoma. The Ordnance Artillery Infantry Unit. Yeah, right? And the only time that was the first and last time I ever seen that man. He didn't ever really come around me like that or nothing like that. But I remember being at the Patterson Center, at a rec center, and me and Freeman met, and I remember looking at him like, why he look like me? Something like it was weird because all the kids was running around saying, "There's a boy that look like you," and then they'll tell him like, "There's a girl that look like you," and something was getting ready to like pop off a fight. But Freeman daddy came over and was like, he told me straight into my face, he said, "You better beat her up because I know who your folks is. I'm going to give you a whooping and everybody else going to give you a whooping." I'm like, wow, how he going to be able to give me a whooping? But if I had to count my last dollar, I was like, with everything that was going on, because Denise was getting close to figure out that Patrick had unalived both Johnny Luter and Rita Mae Luter. He had unalived both of them. And I don't care how anybody, because he was the oldest one outside of Anthony. He was the oldest one, right? So I was just like, well, out of this situation, now granted, I had the connection, but out of this situation, Denise was the only one I had a relationship, and then Anthony he's always been the mystery. I only heard the name Anthony, who's always been a mystery to me. I always heard the name Chloe, which was also another name like a mystery to me. I'm like, okay. But however, those names only came my way when Rita came to me. Because it was like, why is she surrounding me? And she kept asking me questions about certain things just to see if she could recollect my memory. And she was like, "You remember the pearls? You remember the pearls?" So it was just like, when she asked me that allowed me now to know like, oh, okay, so if she don't know about the pearls, we can give this to the next person. If she don't know about this, then we can give this to them. And if she don't know about this, we can give this to them, right? Then it goes to, Denise had 3 other kids, G, Caleb, and Hannah. She didn't have a land to fight on. Denise did not have a leg because how that shit happened and how Gary came in, because I'm still traumatized to this day, how the fuck they snatched them kids up like that. That still hurted my heart, bro. But how it was set up when I watched Patrick when they did this shit, because it used to be beef between Denise and Pat for all those years, was due to the simple fact he would do some certain shit. And this is how I recognize to pay attention when it comes to men in particularly, and then in situational awareness. Because most of the time I had to be in situational awareness of everything. Everything. People, places, things, smells, cars, you name it, like shit that other people and you would never tell them to pay attention to. I had to be self-taught and taught to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? So when I was looking at this, I was like, hold on, Pat, you pulled up just as they was finishing the last little bit of the remnants of the police coming in. And when him and Gary made this contact, he had a smirk on his face. I still remember that motherfucking smirk on his face. I still remember it. So I was like, all right, so there's something deeper in here. During this same time, she was going hard. Like, oh, I'm trying to get my job. And Sheila was taking shit out on me. This is when I was 15 years old, Niceville, Florida. Okay. That's the time when I got the phone call. Hey, who's Marion? I was like, what you talking about, Marion? I said, and the only Marion I knew was from Georgetta, the Adams family. Okay. The only Marion I knew was her sister, Georgetta's sister. I was like, oh, that's it. And I remember going to her funeral. And then it was like, no, Marion Denise. And I was like, Marion Denise, what are you talking about? I was like, I have an aunt Denise, but it was like Marion Denise. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then as it was going, she said, Marion Denise Luter. I was like, okay. She had to say it a third time before process. And then when she said like her birthday and stuff like that and what happened, because the last thing I knew was it was like, yeah, she got breast cancer. And, she had called prior to the cancer, taking over so she could see me and talk to me. You want to know what's fucking crazy? Around the same time when she got ready to call me and before she was passing away and before I found out, she was pregnant and all this other stuff, Patrick Monique Luter just so happened to be at the hospital with what? His nurse wife. Hey, I'm going to put you on, Kimberly, if you can go ahead and help me do this so nobody know and think it was just the cancer took over her body. Because this is given that he would literally manipulate. I've been seeing Sheila do it. I grew up from the time I was a little jit. When they wanted somebody out of this bitch, they will go as far as just staying with a person and romance them. They're going to find out your health conditions. They're going to find out what issues, what beef you got. They want to know every fucking thing about you. So when it's time for them to get you, you're not going to see it coming. Because then by the time you process it, it'll be like either in the moment or just too late. You know what I mean? Or they already got it to a point that as they was finessing this, they trying to figure out who's your friends. They trying to figure out who's your family. Plot twist in this situation. You want to know what they're doing in the process of all this? All the people, your closest people, they're working on them in the process as they're talking to you. So in the process of them talking to you, they're working on the people that are closest to you to get them to get away from you, whether you know it or not. So then you'll start noticing as they're getting closer, your friends are getting further. And you're like, damn, why ain't nobody talking to me? Why ain't nobody calling me? Because the intent was to get everybody, like, as they romancing you, aka distracting you, they are, hey, I'm going to get your mama to go against, I'm going to get this person. They going to find out if anybody got a vendetta against you, because it's easier to get the people who got the vendetta against you. It's easier to get them to go along to go against you. Now, the icing on the cake is even better if I'm giving you money too, shit, why the fuck not? I'm going to be with it too, right? So people, like, I feel like a lot of people didn't understand this. Because it's like, right now, everything in my heart, my oldest is because I was like, damn, where my baby at? This is not like Ayana. Now, granted, I know what kind of fucking baby that I end up having her with after the fucking fact. But something's telling me my baby is not here on motherfucking earth. Everything in my fucking heart tell me my baby's not here. Because I know, because I have that same feeling when they did this shit with baby James. But I was like, why would you do this with my kids though? Because when it's time for that shit to come back to you tenfold, none of y'all not gonna handle what the fuck y'all been putting me through, and I ain't did shit to you. I ain't never lied to a person. I ain't never stole from nobody. I ain't never tried to be conniving towards nobody. But however, y'all getting mad because I'm sitting here telling your ass about yourself and checking you about trying to overstep my boundaries. Okay, great. You got my son to stick to you. You got my son to go ahead and consent to bullshit that was happening to me too. Because you didn't want to see that my son was sitting there right next to me with his special needs brother in the back of that motherfucking car, panicking. Of course he ain't gonna want to fucking move, and you sitting here playing this mental abuse on my son too. I said, God, this must be growth, because I had to allow my son to make that decision because he's already going through enough shit. But I had to tell my son, if you do not leave out this door with me, you're signing your certificate, baby. You signing your expiration, and you don't even realize that this motherfucker is danger. My kids, I promise you, either way it go, whether I live, whether I die, I will get, vengeance is mine. Vengeance is mine. Oh, my kids, bro. Do it to me, but my kids. That's when we get into danger zone. But if you doing this over fucking money, you are weak. You're weak. For money, bitch, you ain't gonna be able to enjoy none of that shit. Cause every time that y'all getting that shit fit to run through y'all hands, if not burn you. Cause the shit that you need it for, you ain't gonna be able to afford it. I need medicine. My lungs is collapsing. Bitch, let that shit collapse with happiness. But then I'm the demon. But I'm the demon, though. Bitch, I'll be your demon or your angel. Pick your role. Because the only thing is, either you in or out. You fuck with me or you don't. Either it's the truth or it's a lie. But only thing I'll always know, there's truth in a fucking lie. I'll trust a liar. Because I'm going to trust your ass to lie. Because the way you lie, I've already became well versed in your lies. So fighting the truth, you know how you ask a person, you already know the truth. Just know that a motherfucker that's gonna lie to you and you're asking the question, the proof is already the fact that you asked the question that you already know the truth to that. They gonna lie, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Yeah, the fuck you did. You had everything to do with it and then some. Because it was like, why would y'all want me to go ahead and sacrifice everything with this fucking woman when every fucking chance this bitch get will tell you I ain't ever had no dealings or hopes of wanting to have no kids. I was meant to be kept. I was meant to make sure people can cook and clean for me because I'm not meant to clean. I'm not meant to cook. And it was like, you thought you was going to keep using me to be your motherfucking minion? No, bitch. Go do your own shit. Sheila. And then be sitting there having the fucking audacity to be talking about, oh, she's just mad at me. And then I'm trying to be a better mom. Bitch, you ain't never been a mom. If you was a mom, you remember when we was in Fort Campbell, Kentucky? And you wanted to bring me along because they were predators in Bobby Lee's unit and you didn't tell him? And then you got mad at me when I had to finally tell you who he cheated on you with? And your ass was hurt. You was sick. She was sick when she found out, oh, you got that bitch pregnant? That bitch been sick. She only holding on to Bobby because she want her revenge back. Every man that I've ever seen her ever hold on to was a man that always did something very bad to her. And I also realized, too, every man that she held on to, she would get them to do her dirty work and participate in shit. But she would make sure that they did not know. She'll fill it up with a lie like, well, you remember you had hurt me, so at least you could do is this. And they didn't realize what the fuck she had did in the background. That's why when Derek Ray, you was a fucking sergeant major. You retired as a fucking sergeant major. You sure you want to give me all them checks? Are you sure you want to give me all your motherfucking checks doing this shit behind that bitch? She don't give nobody loyalty. I just been quiet and everybody's like, God damn, you spilling the bitch beans faithfully. Any of y'all motherfuckers calling her phone down to you, Stacy, down to you, Shell. She talk cash shit about y'all. I was like, God damn, bitch, ain't nothing in you. She didn't know how to be a friend. You don't know how to be a mom. Shit, all you know how to do is just get revenge, and gold and this and this. Well, my mama used to always want to be in my business and hover and stuff. Well, bitch, it seemed like you're repeating it. No, I'm not. Your business is my business. Bitch, my business is my business as a grown-ass fucking adult. Get you your own business. Oh, I forgot. You can't even make fucking friends. But you know how to get that money. I know how to get my coins. I know how to get my ends. Bitch, how you my motherfucking mom? Your grandson is dead, right? Your grandson, right? But now the behavior makes sense to me now. My son is dead. The police officers are coming in. Now, if the police officers was really paying attention, this bitch is all on her phone talking about, I'm in a meeting. You lied to Ray. Didn't say nothing. Instead, because I'm a billion% sure on my heart, on my soul, that Ray would have told you, Sheila, this is not the time. You can skip this meeting. I know you just got started. Go handle that. That bitch ain't do that. I gotta get my coins. What you talking about? That's when I knew in that moment where nobody noticed it. The only thing they seen that it was crying, so they took full opportunity. Because most people, when you're in grieving, I don't care what the fuck going on. This shit taught me to toughen the fuck up. When you're in grieving, suck that shit up. I hate to say it in that kind of way. You're gonna have to suck that shit up. That's like right now, I have to prepare myself mentally in every fucking capacity that it's a possibility that a motherfucker will knock on my door and say, hey, all your kids is gone. I'm mentally prepared for that. And somebody was like, you should not have to think like, I have to, considering the type of people that I've been dealing with. I have to. Whether anybody want to believe that shit, I guarantee anything I'm fucking telling you, somebody's going to be able to realize like, shit, such and such, when I was around certain dude, or if I was around this certain female, he or she did do XYZ towards me. And then when you start waking up to, say for instance, a dude talking to you, right? And you was just like, hey, I'm getting on dating center and whatever. And then you notice certain behaviors. Because you know it's somebody cheating. You know it's somebody going to tell you a lie. You know if something's off, right? Especially after you get intimate, your intuition gets even stronger on a person. And especially if you got a strong liking to them, your intuition radar is going to go off the fucking rocker. Because you ever notice that at any given time you ever mess with somebody and you felt something, it'll be just simply something they say. Or simply how they move or they mood shift. And you know for a fact, you'd be like, damn, something ain't right. First mind went off and said that shit ain't right. And then when you finally get it, you be like, God damn, they had been doing that all along. So you have to, be mindful of that shit. This situation gave you PTSD, honor it and acknowledge it. Friend or family members like the person you left or leaving. Time to heal the situation. Somebody wanted to do this, a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. In the last few months, they've been designing like this idea. Also, under 18 years old, individual passing away in the next 3 days or in the last 3 days. Canadian, unalive by a Canadian, the winner or something like that. Like my daughter's a Libra. My baby's a Libra. All my girls are Libras. 2 of my boys are Leos and 1 is a Cancer. That was baby James that passed away. Same time around the way where I had to also understand what the fuck is a best friend. People like, I got a bestie. Bitch, I ain't got no besties. I won't ever do a fucking bestie. The bestie that's gonna be if it ain't married to me and it ain't coming with motherfucking loyalty, get the fuck away from me. Get away. Cause I'm a sensitive. Because now I'm in the era, people going to be like, you so insensitive. You seem judgy. I can only judge a motherfucker that was already judging. Let me say that again. I can only judge a motherfucker who was already judging. Now you're mad because, boom, she hitting you with facts. I don't speak unless I know facts. And then little bitches get mad and want to retaliate. Let's rumble. Let's rumble for a fact with the facts first. So we're going to deal with the facts of the harsh reality. Whether you want to hold accountability or not, that is not my responsibilities. How the fuck you feel is not my responsibility. What you think is not my fucking responsibility. You have to start teaching people that. If it's a day where you sitting there minding your business, like, hey, don't come over here with that shit like that. What's wrong with you? Bitch, go figure that shit out. Because the fact that you had to say what's wrong with you and you knew you a fake ass motherfucker, take that shit and run with it. Oh, they being an asshole. They got an attitude. Call it what the fuck you want. Because all that fake shit, now a lot of people like start being on some shit. I guarantee you will start seeing people switch up. Especially if you in a work environment. Switch the demeanor up. Switch the meter up. Thank whoever you pray to because they really got you. This is like down to, I'm going to tell people, medical fraud and malpractice. Also, you have to be very mindful, very strong too, because I remember as I'm grieving about my son, these bitches kept trying to make it seem like, so you sure you're, bitch, I'm not stressed the fuck out. I'm just asking how to better. Well, it seems like you got the solution. It do. Because I remember, what's her name? She was the little social worker having to come see me when I was in Puerto Rico. But something kept telling me, go look at your medical records, right? This bitch had it in her spirit and her soul to just always try to put in my medical records. Oh, the client says that this, and she would use the diagnosis that, mind you, she didn't know, because that's what the fuck her dumb ass get for using a fucking diagnosis that was not verified from a doctor that has never seen me physically face to face, because via the medical file. And most of them, when they have to call you from the Veterans Affairs, it has to be done on a secure line. Reason being why it's on a secure line, for the security of myself, them, and the confidentiality, because those are federal people, right? So in that instance, when they do this recording, because most people be like, oh, I didn't know all that shit goes into it. Well, shit, you just didn't pay attention to how to better fucking protect yourself. Because I'll be damned if you fit to tell me how the fuck I feel and you project it saying, this person seems as if they're stressed and depressed. Client is depressed or clinical. Why are you putting some shit that clearly I did not say that? So when I get ready to go retract that, and then you keep adding in more diagnosis based on some doctors that I didn't fucking, they should have fog memory, they shouldn't be able to remember these things. These what these doctors will motherfucking do. Especially if they feel like you got PTSD. Anxiety is common everywhere. And, if you got certain other, sensories, overstimulation can overdo it, okay? You'll get anxious and you'll get a little bit depressed because you're just like, hey, this is too much energy my way. For me, it's an energy thing. I'm not able to operate around too many negative people. And then it's like the fact that they knew that, they took advantage of that. And it was just like, okay, why would you want to take advantage of that when I could read that? But then I was like, Rita, switch your tune. Something told me switch your tune. I said, they want to pull that on you? Not realizing, like, motherfucker, I've been living with a demon for over fucking 30 years. I've been living with demons, like real life motherfucking demons, that would do this shit with a smile on their face. Hey, how you doing? How you feel? Girl, you sitting there thinking you fit to drink good, eat good, go on vacations and shit, not realizing they setting your ass up to go ahead and unalive you real quick just to see what it is that you do. That's why I used to tell people anytime, you sure you want to go trust them? That's why anybody that had like switched up on me, betrayed me, and they wanted to like not be cool with me, but wanted to be cool with Kiara, right? Every single last one of them are probably sitting back behind the screen, sitting there like, God damn, this bitch knew this whole time. I been knew. I just want to see how stupid you was going to keep playing along. So when I get ready to sting your ass with the facts and what's going on with you and around you that you kept trying to keep a secret from everybody else away from you and around you. Now they need to know too, because you remember you brought them over too. So let's go ahead. They going to remember the conversation that you two had, that nobody else should have known that you two had. But that person know about that conversation, and you end up adding in the piece that they were sitting with like, shit, that don't make sense to me. Hold on, let me see something. And then when they went to go see something, it's like, oh shit, that's what it is. Like, all the people from high school, all them bitches, y'all dealing with DL men. Y'all act like it's like, oh, I'm so happy and content. Any bitches, any happy and content and comfortable with where they at. Like, I'm not ever going to be comfortable where I'm at. I'm not ever going to be comfortable where I'm at, because I know it's more and more. But it's not only just more for me. It's the more that I get, the more people that can actually genuinely be in help instead of being hindered by motherfuckers that don't even know how to check their fucking mental, let alone their fucking physical health. Y'all out here screwing people and don't even know how to take care of your body. Y'all out here exchanging energy and don't know how to protect your mental. I did. I just had to wake up to the spiritual aspect, because the reason being they wanted me to stay the fuck from this, because of this moment right here. Because they knew already prior to, she's confident in what it is that she do. She's confident in what she say. I might get a little weary a little bit. I might get a little shaky, a little wavy. I might. For a little second. Then when it's time for me to get on my shit, you thought you was the bully? Let me help you create why they created the definition of a bully. Let me help you out and help you create why they create demons. Let me help you out and help you understand why being a devil ain't what the fuck you think it is. Because how can I teach you how to be badder than you? Balance. But I damn sure can teach you how to be of the light just as much too. Because it's like, damn, that's a lot of dark shit, but you giving me the light how to get out of this shit. You absolutely right. However, it ain't no easy task, because depending on who the fuck you under, it ain't easy to get you out of that shit. It really ain't. Because once you've been in that shit for so long, it's hard to get people out of it. That's why you get people strung out. That's why you get them people popping pills and stuff like that. Because they don't know how to get out. I ain't gonna blame you. But if your ass choose to participate and do some stupid shit against me, bitch, I'm gonna make sure you feel it. You already at the edge ready to jump off the cliff. Do you want the push or do you want the pull back? The option is yours. Quit fucking with me. I'll be nice. Be nice. I come in peace. Pick and choose my battles all the time. You start to warm and finish it. Know your position. That's how God gives you authority. This is a vessel. Most y'all motherfuckers don't know how to take care, and you get mad at a bitch like me that had 7 kids, if not more, and been out here standing 10 toes and still look good, bitch. Say something. It be hoes out here with 2 kids look like they done had about 50, and then you let that the audacity to let yourself go and then get mad at a bitch that you see walking, looking good, feeling good, and confident in themselves because they took their initiative. You know what? The same way you got your husband can possibly be the same way you lose them, keep them, or you know what? You probably never even had them. You not know how many fucking females I watched on a daily that they husband don't fuck with them. And they thinking like, my man. Girl, your man is everybody fucking man. Half of these bitches, especially out here in Orlando, bruh. 2 men came over where I've been at. And when I say dude could not get in his car fast enough to get out of this bitch. Because he was like embarrassed. Was like, oh, you do this. And I'm like, these are working hours. Oh. And then where he going to get it from? Some of y'all will be so like appalled. My man did, honey. I got T.O. I can clock T.O. anybody. And you from the east side, west side, from the south side. I don't give a fuck if you live in fucking Celebration. I got the T for you. Clock it. Oh, so that's what happened when they did this. And when they did this. Yeah. Ben told you that. Everybody didn't want to fuck with me because my auntie and them would be like, she crazy. She slow. She dumb. Bitch, I have the highest IQ that not even your bitch ass can match. I had an IQ of Einstein. They've been told me that since I was a kid. I just didn't feel the need to fucking brag on it. I just didn't understand, like, what does that mean? But I just understood I would not ever have that capacity to really connect with people unless you're a fucking scholar. Like, I realized, like, even just going to, like, fucking hair school and just have a simple conversation. I can't even converse with these motherfuckers. It's like, oh, well, look at these shows. Y'all still talk about fucking surface level shit. This is annoying. Like, it's starting to annoy my soul. I'm like, I can't even do this shit no more. I'll take my quit and shit and shit. If an opportunity is given to me elsewhere to finish this shit, I'll start all over just to finish that shit out. Just not with y'all motherfuckers. And I'm cool with that. Because it's just like, why would you try to play with somebody and try to insult their intelligence when they can assault yours very easily and make you insecure and make you feel less than and put you in a depressed state and make you more paranoid than what you intended to make them be? Why would you want to do that? That'll be the stupidest shit I ever fucking could witness. Like, when it comes to detective shit and people get investigations, I can tell you more than not. I'd had investigators be like, keep them over there. I needed to do my job, bitch. I'm helping you do your jobs. Expedite this shit. Y'all sitting here playing with shit and acting like you don't know how to get the motherfucking evidence because you fucking part of it. And it took somebody else to come back from other places to realize what the fuck you was doing. Well, let me talk to this tax advisor. A detective talking to a tax advisor. Veterans affair. This person likes to sleep around. Shit, moral of the story, shit, they say I slept around, psycho officially closed. Excuse me, confirmation. Truck driver. And I was like, the only person that will be, close to me, because it was like, why is high school energy coming up so prevalent around me? And I was like, well, the only person I know about trucking, well, the only two people as I know as far as right now was Curtis and Larissa Wright. We all went to high school together. We went from West Orange to Ocoee. Last conversation I had with Kurt, he had opened up his own, trucking services and company. And I was like, well, cool, kudos, great. That was excellent. Oh, me and my wife, we opened up and we added some more. Oh, cool, great. And I left it at that. I ain't ever been no hater of nobody's. Josie, didn't you open up a daycare? And I was like, kudos. Yahida, I would have at least expected something out of you, Yahida, but then you was just like, you try to treat me like I wasn't there, like I was a non-factor, like we wasn't there to get you out of the crib when your mama was putting you through. We wasn't there to help your brother when he wanted to kick it too. But I'm the one with an attitude. I'm acting different. I'm acting brand new. But no. But y'all know some shit that I needed to know. But y'all want to keep it because these motherfuckers are trying to keep y'all on payroll to keep. Is it worth it now? Is it worth it? Because imagine taking some money, right? You feeling like you come up on a big come up. And then the person that the money that it actually belonged to, the immediate stop. And now you got to figure out how the fuck you going to come up with 30 in 3 days. And you can't. Because mind you used to this payroll. You used to this money. To go right along with all these motherfuckers, right? And the same money you done took got your ass booked for 30 years. How would you feel about that? I feel that it's very fucking funny that everybody that touched this money is getting so upset. Why would I get arrested for this? Why would I? Because you took the money. Guilty by association. And as you took the money, the biggest question is, did you, tell the person? I know the person. Yeah, I know of them. Did you take the money? Yeah. Your account say, even if they say no, your account is showing that it's attached to you that you've been taking this money. Guilty by association. And depending on what type of case that y'all get, depending on the severity, if they've been poisoning your food, you end up with health conditions, especially if you end up saying if you just had other diagnosis and they gave you a misdiagnosis. For me, it's autism. It's autism. Bitch, don't try to, you're bipolar. Bitch, ain't shit bipolar about me. I'm in stable mind. I know how to, it's hard to regulate the emotions. I might be here and there, but I ain't stupid. Bipolar means you're going to go to the super extreme or you're, high or low. It's just in between those. I've been balanced between all of it. And y'all been upset because they couldn't understand. I cried, processed. I was like, all right, cool. My son passed on. Next step, you got to do this. You got to get the funeral. You're going to have your other cry. But however, this is requiring you. You have to think it because the kids are going to need you. Process what you need to why people are here at this moment. I had one person come show up for me. One cousin. And she's not even my real cousin. Showed up for me. Took advantage of the day while she was there to help me with, with the kids or whatever. I ended up getting my, my rest and pulling it together 2 days. I only had 2 days to pull that shit together. And I pulled that shit together just to pull that shit together for my kids. Had a divorce going and everything. And I'm just like, damn, this is the worst moment to have this shit happening. Going through the divorce, going through the, child case. And then your baby passed away. And then your family, like the real realization in your face, you realize your family ain't really your family and people don't really fuck with you. That was my moment when I just knew. I was like, shit, when a person dies, especially if it's close to you, you'll know who really fuck with you. In the moment of death or in a moment of a major tragedy, change, shift for your life, you will learn who is really fucking for you. On everything I love. When it came to the last minute, when it came to Josh punk ass, when that nigga did that shit, I said, you know what? I know for a fact I've been the only loyal, only truthful fucking person in your corner. I try to save your ass before that shit come in, because I was like, when all that shit comes down, I said that I promise you they're gonna try to put all that shit on you. I promise you. You wouldn't have been there with them. You went to work against me. I promise you they fit to let all this shit fall on you and your crew. So anybody that he felt that he had involved in this, you and all your fucking crew fit to take the hit for some shit. And then not to mention, which one's gonna hurt even worse? Your own mama did the shit to you and help. That's the cutter. That's the cutter. So how you gonna deal with it when it's time to hit like that? That right there has to make you feel like ish. That everybody that you felt was in your corner, your trans little lover, been turned on you. Because once he got that information and then the other boy got his information, when them boys started talking and they feel like they found out the other boy in Chicago found that shit out, and then the one in, when all them boys found out what the shit you was on, they was like, yeah, we're going to participate. But they've been plotting all along to get your ass back. And then the person that had your back that was trying to help you prevent that, bitch, I can't cover you, motherfucker. Eat dirt, eat rocks, kick rocks, because I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Because when people have the chances and opportunities, you could have gave back their money. You could have, shit, if you weren't going to give the shit back, at least tell them the truth. Depart in peace. At least that shit heavyweight ain't on you. Some people don't get basic fucking psychology, and it shows. We're going to do part 2. See you in the next video. So I'll be back on for the end this, and I'll see you on the next one.